this is just me testing the audio. I'm just going to run a little bit of content and check whether the audio sounds okay. And make sure that the background sound of the game is not going to interfere with my audio of my voice. It is repeating, but that's because I'm trying to listen to it myself. Alright, it sounds like the audio of the gameplay is actually quiet enough, so I'm going to go to my event tab, and I'm just going to run probably the solo to get my progression on here. And then, yeah, nothing too exciting today. Just running through it so that I'm able to check that I get my audio and everything, the settings correct, ready for when I do actually do our proper Ultimate Recruitment event on my Xbox for a live on Twitch that will then go to YouTube. I can't test what the audio will sound like on YouTube until after the live stream has completed. So I'm going to run the live stream on Twitch, then upload it to YouTube, and then we'll have a look and see what the sound is like. I want to make sure I'm getting the audio settings correct before we go live properly for the Ultimate Recruitment event so that we don't end up with, you know, something messing up on the day of, because that would just be annoying. But we can see that my voice is going through just fine. I'm hoping that being that I'm talking over the top of Carol Ferris, we're not going to have any audio issue with that. I intentionally kept talking so that we can see if I am actually louder than them. Otherwise, I might have to be quiet every time there's some kind of chatter in the game. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see once it uploads to YouTube. That is the one thing that I find a little annoying. There are ways for me to stream my Xbox directly to YouTube, but it requires extra steps. So it would require everything being routed through my computer, through extra software, which it's free software, but the more things we route it through, the more things can go wrong. So I would rather keep it as simple as possible. So streaming straight from console to my Twitch account and then uploading eliminates two extra things. One piece of hardware, one piece of software. So it's hopefully going to be a little bit smoother for me to be able to do. I'm curious to see how many people will want to come and watch on Twitch. I know that the majority, or all of the people who watch my content are on YouTube, and a few people also on TikTok. But yeah, as far as Twitch goes, no one yet, because I literally have done one video. Well, actually, I've done 2 lives on there, and both of them were tests. And one of them I didn't upload to YouTube, so yeah. Yeah, I do want everything to go as smooth as possible when I do stream from Xbox, so, you know, testing is a good way to do that, but it does mean that I've got kind of a boring live happening, and it's happening at a time where the majority of people who potentially could watch what I'm doing are likely asleep. So I've got to just run the test either way and hope for the best. So I'm trying to run this one now and hopefully run an EU server secondary account one as well before I try to get some sleep, because I do have to go live at my 2 a.m, which is exciting and fun, but it does mean I need to get to bed a little bit sooner rather than later. It's annoying though, because I'm part way through, I work from home, and some of the work that I do, I have to stop part way through, you know, because you have to work particular hours, so I'll work those particular hours, and then I'll be like, but I have 1 hour's worth of work to go, but I can't, because otherwise then I can't get anything else done and I'll mess up my day. So I don't like leaving something half done, but sometimes that's just what has to happen. I have a couple of videos that are half edited, literally 2 of them. One because it was something I was kind of playing around with, which will come out at some point, and one of them is one that will come out. Was more important than the one I was playing around with. It was before the most recent events dropped, so yeah. I'm sure it'll come out at some point. Alright, I'm hoping we can hear Carol well enough as well through the stream. Otherwise I may have to play around with the audio of her voice. I mean, worst comes to worst on the day, if we do have some audio issues, I can ask my audience and say, hey guys, how is it sounding? Is there any issue? Do I need to adjust something? And you guys can potentially tell me, and then we can fix it up and hopefully it'll be nice and smooth. But the more prepared I am, the less likely we are to have any mess ups when I start doing it. So, you know, I'd rather do that. I'd rather play around with it first and do a couple of unnecessary live streams, just so that we can test that sort of thing. Oh, poor Carol. She sounds exceedingly distressed.
This was Kalea, the village leader.
I am
She's gone. The enemy made an example of her.
It's interesting. The last test I did for here, for Xbox, I had the sound kind of at the same settings that I have for the PlayStation, and it was much louder than my voice in the actual stream and in the upload. But it's not loud to me. Like, it's so quiet on my headset right now. But I mean, it was at a normal volume for me when I did this last time. So I'm hoping it being really super quiet for me now means that it's going to be at a reasonable level for everyone else who would be watching and listening.
More mind games. Oh.
If we go any quieter than this, I'm not going to know that they're speaking. So, except by the text on the bottom of the screen.
Let's see how you fare in the blackest night.
Oh, please, I fare wonderfully in the blackest night, okay? Her voice is kind of good. Alright, let's go. Oh, have I got the exclamation for this character? I have. Very nice.
There's no hope for you.
Does anyone else find that this solo is just a little bit, like, there's a little bit of delay going on? I mean, it seems to be something that these developers specifically do. Their content is cause things to kind of slow down, so that I guess we're in the game for longer, because it does appear that the shareholders specifically want people playing the game for a longer period of time. So there's like a delay between the different rounds of Shadow Demons, and I have to wait for the little blue light to go where I need it to go, and then even though I press the little like cross off video clip thing at the start, it still seems to play video clip stuff afterwards or during. And it's funny because really the only video clip I'm kind of would rather see is the very last one, which even if I don't turn off the film clips, that one still won't play. So that one's just gone once you've run through the storyline. It's the film clip at the end where like Lucia is going through, you know, not the best of times, and then the conversation with Carol at the end also. So I find it interesting that the one that I wouldn't mind watching again is the one that won't play for me, and then everything that I try to stop from playing, just it plays anyway. Which I kind of understand. Like, they are trying to keep us in the game for longer as far as I can tell. It seems like there's two main goals. Keep us in the game for longer and keep us spending money. Right? But that's, I mean, only my opinion. Take what I say with a grain of salt. It's just from my own observations. And, you know, we could be wrong. I not have, oh, I didn't do my generator. I mean, I'm not too fast. I'm clearly playing the casual version of this just so that we can get the daily reward, I was going to say, the daily count towards the completion. So I'm not too worried about it. And I just wanted to do something that I could do, you know, that's practical, that I actually need, but that is fast enough that it's going to be quite a short live stream so that I can finish up with my test that I'm trying to do. So, it's a good choice. But I should have paid attention. I didn't think to go to my generator. It makes it more complicated now that we have henchmen and or backup, whatever you prefer to call them, that don't require the generator to be charged, so they will function regardless. So it doesn't keep it fresh in my mind that I need to go and address my generator, which is not a good thing, especially if I had something like Cyborg, for example, in my secondary, one of my secondary slots for his power. You don't have your generator past 50, he doesn't function. So, you know, paying attention to the generator would definitely matter in that case. I do think I have taken Cyborg out of my secondary slots. I don't know, for the past few months, I think I found better options and things that I would rather do. And I didn't have a power issue anymore, which is why I was using him. Power issues happen early on when you don't have a lot of stat points, and now that I have the stat points, it's not really an issue anymore for me. And, yeah, so I find it difficult to keep the generator as something that I keep in mind. I don't think I'm the only one who has that problem. But most people carry around, some kind of a bot that allows them to access the generator. I can't remember what it's called. I tend not to do that. I just deal with the fact that I don't have it. And our progression goes up for the day. Yay! My cat is telling me he wants more food. He has eaten today already. He was very insistent while I was live with Multiverse this morning. Thank you. Goodbye. I clearly haven't got all of the briefings in there, or I wouldn't be hearing one. Mind you, it could have been a question mark then, couldn't it? A collection. I don't think so, though. I'm pretty sure that's one of the briefings that's there. Alright, I might also just run stabilizer and then we'll end the live there. And we'll see about the test and see how it goes on YouTube. What's up, Rufus? Are you okay? Is no one giving you pats? Oh, I see. I might have to go give him a cuddle after. He's very, very insistent. Yeah, we'll just do the stabilizer and then we'll stop there, I think. And then I also need to test. So when I tried to go live on my other account, so on PlayStation, I have more than one account. I think we all know this. And I tried to go live from one of those other accounts in order to play my Black Canary creation for the US server for the Ultimate Recruitment event. And the sound refused completely to function. I tried all of the settings. Every single setting I tried did not make a difference. And I matched it to the settings that I have for my other account. Now, the new thing that I've tried to do for it is something that worked for in-game chats. So I went in-game and I asked a friend to also be in-game, and then I started using my microphone to see if they could hear me. They could not. There was a setting on my PS5 that I could change so that they could hear me in-game. The funny thing is, though, that setting that I changed so that I could be heard in-game on my other account is turned off on my main account, and yet everyone can still hear me when I go live. So I wanted to test it and see if that does make any kind of difference, because as far as I'm concerned, I have that off normally. So I don't really understand why that change made a difference to people being able to hear me in-game, since I don't have that setting turned on my other account. But I'm hoping that with that setting on, it will actually permit me to go live with my voice actually coming through, because that seemed to be the main issue. We could hear the game volume going on, but we could not hear my voice in the game. So an odd issue. It's kind of funny because it's very similar to an issue I had with the Xbox when I was trying to go live with it through OBS on my computer, annoying way that I'm trying to avoid, is that my voice wouldn't go through, and I couldn't work out why on that either. So luckily enough, we can do it this way. But yeah, just interesting situations occurring in regards to my voice going through on my lives. So I think we will end it there, and then I will upload it to YouTube, and we will see how we go. So thank you for anyone who does take the time to watch this very boring live stream, and I hope you all have a good one.